It's adorable.
Recording
My
started.
4-year-old is finally into little Legos now, so he can do
Oh,
those.
cool.
They still suck as much to step on as I remember, but he's having fun. He has a Batman set and a Minecraft set so far.
Nice.
And
It's so funny because when they first came out with the Minecraft sets, I'm like, it's just like mine. Because Legos are essentially Minecraft in tactile form.
Yep.
Just like, yeah, it was just the weirdest thing. I'm like, okay, that
he
works.
likes to. Well, he'll play Minecraft in creative mode, so he can't die.
Oh,
And
good.
he can do whatever he wants, because otherwise he dies a lot, and nope, not dealing with that. And he'll have his Lego set there, and he wants to build his Lego set in Minecraft. I'm like, good luck, kid. Like, that's all on you.
As long as he's got enough time, I don't see why not.
I tell him, like, Mommy loves you, but that one's on you. I will watch. Good luck. He usually just kills cows. I don't know what that says about him, but yeah.
The Burger Man.
It's
Yeah.
God, yeah.
He's the burger man. You should give John some food because he's a trash man.
Full circles.
Yep. Hi, chat room. We're here. We started the stream. We got this sweet repeating GIF going. I've got my neighbor blasting bass.
Yeah, I can kind of hear it a little bit when you talk, just like the tiniest little bit.
Yeah, I can see that it's impacting the microphone, but it's not much. But I can see on the equalizer it pushes the needle a little forward every time it goes off.
Oh, I should totally just turn up your bass.
Anyway,
Hi, everybody. I'm.
it's fine. I think,
I don't know. I went like demonic metal
I said that.
singer there for some reason. That's not how bass works, Ben.
I try to be a respectful neighbor, and I will say this, that while it is somewhat annoying to me that the bass is traveling through the wall right now, they have generally been pretty good neighbors as well. They've never complained, although there's part of me that believes this is protest music.
It is Cinco de Mayo, so they could just be Cinco de Mayoing.
It's the wrong music for Cinco de Mayo.
I
I
don't
notice
think
they
anyone
do it a
knows
lot
that.
on Friday, which makes me think that they
Oh, okay.
don't like when I go, hello!
All of a sudden on the wall you hear, "Thump,
Ben!
thump, thump." Goodbye.
So, there. Now I've done it an extra time tonight,
Oh, they're gonna love you.
just to
They're extra
really
bassy.
piss them off.
Well, the question: do you usually play or wear headphones when you're gaming and stuff?
No,
maybe-
but well, it depends. If it's late, yes. If
Okay,
it's,
so that's good.
If it's at a reasonable time, no. But I am always cognizant of how loud it is in my apartment.
Okay. Maybe they just didn't like Mass Effect Andromeda or something, and they're just like, oh, God, he's gonna play that stupid space game again.
There's a part of me that wishes it was more direct. So, like, when Legion came out, I stayed up really early in the morning playing it.
Mhm.
And it was at, like, 3 in the morning, and I just heard one loud bang on the wall. But, like, it could have been something falling against the wall. It wasn't like wasn't like a cop bang or cop knock, whatever you want to call it. It wasn't like an intentional, like, bang, I want your attention. But it could have been
Wait,
at the
cops
same
only
time.
knock once?
No, they usually knock multiple times, which would have told me exactly what they wanted.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
But as a result, I did turn my volume down at that point because I realized maybe it was a little too loud for 3 a.m.
Mhm.
But I don't know if that was actually bugging them or not.
Well, just you sitting there going, woo! This is great!
The hats are bugged out.
There's demons! Woo!
Woo! I'm John, I'm in the world of Warcraft.
My name is John, and I record on Tuesdays and Friday nights at these times. Woo!
Yeah, they don't play anything on Tuesday. I wonder if they're not around.
They're just fans of Core.
Yeah, they've got their ear to the wall. Have you ever done that?
What do you say now?
Have you ever ear to the wall to your neighbors?
Oh yeah.
Not in this apartment.
No.
I live in a house now, but in the old one, we were in a not nice neighborhood, so there was a lot of baby mama drama. And there are times where we would turn the radio or the TV off and be like, "Shh, what's happening?
Yeah.
What's happening? Oh, he's getting
This is
kicked
better
out
than
again.
the show. This is better than the show.
Yeah,
Dude,
it's always when there's a fight, and then you don't want to get caught,
yeah.
and then you've got your ear against the wall, and then you just think of that scene from Scream, and you're like scared the whole time.
God.
Well, I don't think unless it's like a machete with a really sharp like top, I don't think they're gonna get through the wall.
I just
No.
just remember what happened to that doctor from House. It got bad.
Well, that was fun.
That was interesting.
That was the cat.
Whoa.
Oh.
All of a sudden, your world was up, like in total upheaval. I'm like, oh, I guess there was a gravity lapse or something.
I was gonna say, Kael'thas, your world turned upside down.
Perfect. Yeah. Well, should we get this?
Ashalanore.
Should we get this? show started?
Ashalanore.
No, that's not what I was asking.
Your
Should
world turned upside down.
No, Kael'thas. Kael'thas. Are you listening to me? Okay, Kael'thas.
Salama Shalanore.
Time to go home.
Shalanore.
Oh, we killed you. There is no home for you. I don't know. That makes no sense. Because you'll just come back a third time. That's how that works. Are you there?
I'm here.
Your world turned upside
okay.
down.
There we go. I knew he was somewhere. Anyways,
Ashalanore.
what do you think? John, are you there?
Hi, Ben. Hello.
Hey.
Sorry, Kael'thas wanted to say some stuff.
Oh, really? Like what?
I don't know. I know like 2 lines apparently. I don't.
Apparently.
What else does he say?
Something about phoenixes, maybe? I don't know.
I'll give you the bird.
I hope that's one of his things.
Then he talks to Rose on a codec for a long time.
No.
Yes, he does. Yes, he does.
Same voice actor?
Yeah, same voice actor.
Kael'thas is Raiden?
Yeah.
Oh, I don't like Kael'thas now.
No, you shouldn't.
Okay.
He's kind of a
Anyways,
dick. Ashalanore.
Yeah, he is a dick. Let's get the show started. John, did you want to do the transition and stuff like we practiced last time, but we didn't practice it, but we did it and it just worked out really well?
No. What are you talking about?
You switch the video over, you're all, hey, it's Friday night.
Oh, no, it's not
and
set
here's
up
Ben
for that.
Bumhoffer, and then I'm like, I'm Ben.
I had
that's
it all
John."
set up for that, and now it's not set up for that anymore. I had weird tech issues on OBS, and I thought maybe it was because I had too many media things set up, so I deleted some things. And so now
Aw.
all I've got is this sweet GIF, this generic background, and then the cams.
Okay, well, then.
That's all I got.
You want me to just start her up then?
Yeah, we could have the guest do it. I don't know. It's up to you. What do you
Well-
want, Ben? What are you feeling?
Well, you're all like, hey, we're not going to have the guest do the intros anymore because I have this cool thing. And I'm like, okay,
Yeah,
cool.
but I don't have the cool thing.
Yeah, I know. And now you're swapping back and forth a bunch. That's cool. Well, I mean,
Your world turned upside down.
okay. Turarts, do you want to kick us off, or do you want to have us do it? Or I mean, you're the guest. It's really up to
No,
you.
I can do it. I did it last time. I
All
got
right.
this.
Well, then let's do it.
Okay. Hey, this is Turarts from the Game Case Show, and you are listening to Azeroth Roundtable.
Ashalanore.
Your world turned upside down. Welcome to Azeroth Roundtable, episode 215. My name is Ben Bumhoffer, and with me, as always, is John Jagger. How's it going, John?
Hello, Ben. It's Friday night here in Azeroth, and I am happy to be joining you here at the round table.
Well, that's great.
made
You
of,
are not the only one joining me
rough
this week.
mahogany. We've
I thought there
been
was oak in there, too.
diligent about coasters, so there are no rings on this wood, except for
So
the
far.
rings which tell you how old a tree is.
The good kind of rings.
You're weird, dude.
Go
You're
ahead,
weird.
Ben.
Anyways, so
Continue.
this week joining us again is Turarts. Thank you very much for joining us.
Yeah, it's always a pleasure.
Definitely. We are very happy to have you back. And it is a very, very special episode of Azeroth Roundtable this week because it is episode 215, which really is not significant at all, other than it's more than 214.
It's the
So-
215th time we've done this, which
You
is
had me
not true.
following Mick Montgomery, by the way, and I'm like, what? What?
Well, yeah, it's because we needed someone who could top him.
Scott Johnson, maybe.
No, you. That's why you're here.
You're here to top Mick. No pressure. Go.
Done. Got this.
We got to talk about Taco Bell for 3.5 hours and have Ben put it right at the beginning of the show and really make everybody mad.
Yeah, that was great. Yeah. Hey, I was going out of town the next day. I rushed. It's fine. I didn't care. It's a thing that happens, folks, when he's on. Deal with it. Anyways. So here's the thing. As with every show that we have been doing for quite a while, we don't have any sort of show notes or anything like that. So it's completely jump right in. Let's see what happens. I got an idea on something to kind of at least start off with this week from our Discord server.
Okay.
So someone came on and they were talking about another show. They never mentioned which one it was, which is fine. Just kind of the idea of how they were saying that, the Horde didn't get a cinematic out. Some people were upset about that.
Yeah, we did. It was the Sylvanas one.
And I was going
Boom!
to counter with
Fixed his issue.
You got one. It was the Sylvanas. Anyway, no, but the whole point is, it got me thinking about like equality between Horde and Alliance and everything like that, because it's kind of a hot button issue to some people, and
Yes.
I mean to a very vocal some people. But I'm kind of wondering, is it a minority? Is it even an important thing? Like, if we really went, expansion to expansion, we could say, oh, well, this was an Alliance thing and this was a Horde thing and stuff. But I don't know. Is WoW at a point now where everybody is like so factionalized that they care so much more about like having more than the other side?
I mean,
I don't know.
It's kind of been that way for ever. It feels maybe like it's gotten a little more tribal, a little less fun. It feels like in the early days it was a little more fun to rib the Alliance, and it was a little like people kind of knew you were doing it tongue in cheek. Like nowadays, if I'm like, I hate gnomes, I would punt a gnome if I saw a gnome. Most people know that that's me just goofing and having a good time, but there'll be one that comes up and is like, now gnomes are fantastic. I'm like, why are you arguing in your character voice?
This is how I talk.
I chose the race that I'm most identified with on account of my voice. It's fine. But to me, my big thing is I don't care. Give the Alliance 30 more cinematics than the Horde. Ideally, I'd like to be able to see them without having to go to YouTube to do it.
Yeah.
Like,
okay.
I do think it would be good to be able to see this content in the game without necessarily having to play the other side. But I also get why they do it that way. I mean, I thought it was very effective when you look at the Broken Shore, right? Because if you watch the Alliance cinematic, it looks like the Horde just straight up abandons the Alliance. And there's people who have seen both and still say that's exactly what happened. But
they're weird, but it's okay.
But I think presenting two sides to that argument was a very effective storytelling tool and used very properly in that case.
Mm-hmm.
In the case of the Anduin thing, I think that's the kind of thing they could have shown to Horde players. And same with Sylvanas taking over command of the Horde. I think that could have been shown to Alliance players. So, I mean, to me, I just want good storytelling and good cinematics, and I really don't care what faction it's falling on. If it's Alliance story, cool. I hope it's good Alliance story. This expansion made me care about Varian in a way I never thought I would. So that's cool and that's effective, and it doesn't bother me if there isn't a direct counter to that, although there was, because I'm a Sylvanas fanboy, and Sylvanas got a lot of love this expansion, so it's all good.
Yeah. Turrets, now, have you gone through and actually been able to play and see the Anduin cinematic and all that stuff?
I've seen it. I haven't played it. I just watched it online.
Okay.
But to go back to the question, I think I would like kind of what John said. I wish I could watch the cinematics without going to YouTube if I'm not caught up, or if I'm not, because I have a horde. I play her a little bit, but not as much as I play my Alliance tunes. And I mean, they could put something in game, like some sort of spy, just be like, oh, I want to see what's going on the other side, and here's the cinematic they got, and there you go. Now I'm happy. I get to see it. But I don't think it's as big of a deal. I mean, it used to be back in the beginning, like Horde versus Alliance, but we've come together so much that it's just like, I'll get a cool story somewhere down the road. Maybe it's not Stormheim.
It's cracking me up because thinking about the Anduin cinematic specifically from a spy, like I imagine the spy is like recounting the tale to you, and he gets done and you just go, okay, so Anduin went to the site of his dead father and found the sword, and then hallucinated his father appearing before him and passing a mantle of leadership on to him while speaking to his father's ghost. Mm-hmm. And you're not embellishing. Nope. Nope. That's the way I saw it.
Maybe if we do like spy in quotation marks. Like,
yeah.
Well, I mean,
or something.
They could have just put like a quest for the Horde players to, I don't know, go up to the ridge where, we quote unquote abandoned them and something.
Yeah.
And like maybe we peered down like, oh, there's a figure down there, and then the cinematic starts or something, and then the Horde players get it as well, and of course see the ghost and all that stuff.
I can't stop thinking about, because now you're saying like maybe we watch it from the ridge, and there's literally a part in the Anduin cinematic where he looks up at the ridge, and now I'm picturing my character like Simba in The Lion King ducking down behind the hills.
Oh, shoot.
Oh no.
There's like a big cardboard tree right there, like from the Death Knight starting area. just standing there, it's like, oh, what's with that tree? I don't know.
Is that tree always there? Okay, anyway, I'm going to continue mourning my father.
It gave me a good chuckle, though. But, I mean, something like that could have happened as well with, the Sylvanas cutscene. Maybe there's something along the lines of a quest to, go be an envoy, find out what happened to the Horde, why they left, or something like that. Of course, then again, that ruins the whole tension, so maybe not. But, something along those lines could, at least it gives it, that video option or the cinematic option to everybody, something like that. And even then, I don't think it's necessary at all. I'm kind of in the same boat. It's like, you have a faction, it's what you play, and that's what you're going with, and it's perfectly fine. At some point, like you both said, I'm going to get something cool later on, whatever. Just be patient, players. It's okay.
And
it's
eventually, you're going to know what happens anyway. Like, it's not like it's this big secret that just gets kept. Like, eventually it all comes out. Like, that's how the story is played. It just might take a little bit.
Exactly. Yeah. Now, Greymane and Sylvanas, who knows? Because no cinematics for anyone there, but...
Yeah.
Well, you never know. Maybe they'll get around to that story one day.
Eventually.
I mean, it was pretty key for a while, but maybe one day we'll get back to it and we'll find out what happened. I'm impatient. I should be more patient, but dang it, I want to know. It's been a long time coming. I already said I'm an unapologetic Sylvanas fanboy.
Yeah.
Man.
So, I mean, if we're looking at equality across like the expansions and stuff like that, that means that, okay, well, I guess because Pandaria was a Horde expansion, because, the end boss was an orc, no, that's not how that works.
Wait a minute. If you're fighting an orc, doesn't that make it an alliance expansion?
Yeah, you'd think. But we got all the story behind it, apparently, even though they got a lot of the same stuff. And they had to fight less trash in Siege of Orgrimmar.
Look, that's the real win. That's the one. Okay, so I retract my previous statement. Blizzard, you can give the alliance as many cinematics, as many cool moments. You can make their characters 1,000 times better. You can give them the best transmogs. You can do all of this, but you have crossed the line when they have to fight less trash than the Horde. Too far. Too far. And I say that as a person who fights zero trash, so...
You want to fight negative trash.
Yeah. I have my own
You like
meta game to play.
Yeah. Seriously though, equality between them, it's there. Just, and if it's not, then it will be. I don't know. It's like self-correcting for the most part. At least that's
It
what it
is.
seems like to me.
It,
Go ahead.
I was gonna say the kind of the point of the game is you have two sides, so there's always going to be this. People feel like the Alliance is prettier. People feel like the Horde gets pooped on a lot. Like there's always going to be this. It's hard for me because I've played both, even though I'm an Alliance at heart. I've played both, so I don't want to diss on the Horde too much.
No, I get it. I played both. I have a Pandaren mage who, she's awesome and everything. I'm right there with you. It's like if you experience both sides, a lot of that bias just kind of goes away. Even if, you're a total Alliance at heart, and that's perfectly great. I'm a total Horde at heart. That's perfectly great too. But it's like I don't have an issue between Horde and Alliance anymore because of that.
I think in ICC, I came in ICC, so playing through the vanilla content and the BC content, I was like, oh, we hate the Horde. But then you come together in ICC, and we've kind of
destroy it all.
And then things run amok.
Yeah. We break everything down. We smash it all, and Arthas is like, hey, stop.
That's why we built the tournament grounds, because we smashed down so much stuff.
Yeah. Anyway.
Yes. My cat just jumped over. I have 2 monitors now, and the cat tree's behind the monitors.
Oh.
And so he just jumped over, and I have 2 cats, and they're dumb tonight. Anyway, we've come together a ton. Look at Kata and look at Miss, and it's just, yes, we're against each other, but when push comes to shove, we begrudgingly are like, well, you may have wronged me, but I'm going to give you another chance to pick a boss.
Yeah, exactly. And that's how it is again every expansion. At the end, we come together.
Yep.
And then we hate each other because something happens.
I feel like Mrs. Potts should be there singing at the end of every expansion.
Tale as old as time. It is. Oh my God, it really is.
I mean, it is.
Santa
Alliance is beauty, because they're the pretty ones, and then there's Horde, and we're the beasts because we are, in most cases, except for Worgans, which.
They're both.
They're on the wrong side.
There are some races, I've always thought this, that I've been like, I don't know if I would have ever put you there, but whatever.
Okay, who are your misplaced races? I'm curious. Let's find out, because I have some too. Let's do this. Roundtable discussion. Misplaced
I don't know.
race.
The Tauren always, I feel like, should be on the Alliance. I don't know why. I don't know if it's because I think I've played all the Horde races. There was a point where our guild dissolved, and I went straight Horde for about 2 years. But they're just so peace-loving, in the good versus bad that we're built on. I feel like the Tauren should be on the quote good side, quote.
Okay, you said a lot of things I don't like.
I know.
There were a lot of trigger words in your sentences there.
Quotes.
Okay,
I did
that's
take
fine.
quotes. This is
fine.
generalized.
That's fine, and this is just for fun, and that's why
yes.
I'm quelling my burning rage.
I don't think the Horde are bad. Personally, I don't think the Horde are bad. I loved the Thrall wedding storyline that we got in Kata. Tears.
Yeah.
Tears.
Jaina
loved
cried.
it. Oh my God. Still, both best storyline I think I've seen. But they're not bad. But you have this constant draw when you have 2 sides, Sith and Jedi, bad and good. It just, the Horde kind of got the short end of the stick.
They have a troubled past. And,
they do.
And I think that's actually, before I give mine or Ben gives his, I think that's actually why I'm kind of okay with the idea of an imbalance. Because to me, the thing about the Horde has always been that misrepresented minority kind of feeling. They're always the ones that you look at and you go, monster. And you're like, but I'm not. But we're good. We're the good guys. We want good for this planet too. We've got this background that was a little rough. It wasn't always our fault. There was legions involved. Somebody gave us Kool-Aid. They put stuff in it. We didn't know. We were just hanging out in huts.
To this day, I don't drink lime Kool-Aid. I'm just throwing that out there.
Ecto Cooler, not again. Not again.
I'll totally drink Ecto Cooler though.
Costs everything I do want.
Yeah, Ecto Cooler's great.
It's great.
I
But
don't know if it's green.
But yeah, and I think this feeling of like, we're getting overlooked and assumptions are being made about us and all of that is a good, strong mentality for people playing Horde to have, because that's how you should feel. You should feel like people are judging you without really giving it much thought. Like, the Horde is for the people that, I mean, Blizzard will tell you it's for the people who want heavy metal and spikes, but to me, Horde has always been about, it's always been about being that misunderstood voice. Like, you're not the archetypal hero. You're the hero that is going to do good in spite of how everybody's going to look at you.
Yeah.
And maybe you're not going to do it cleanly, but, you know, you're going to do it to the best of your ability. So that's always what they've been for me. And Ben...
I think...
Oh, sorry, go ahead.
No, one thing about the Horde, and this is I am not 100% like lore in. I've read lore, I know a bit, I can kind of talk my way through some stuff.
Okay.
I feel like the Alliance kind of followed Raytheon very strongly. There was some questioning, or not Raytheon, fudge, I'm saying the wrong words. King Variant. Word Raytheon coming.
You know what? He could have been a dragon too. You never know. There was that whole Onyxia thing.
Oh, Lord. They followed their king very blindly at times. Whereas I think the Horde, and you see it in some of the cinematics you get, they may be like, oh, so-and-so's the king now, or the chief, but we're not quite sure if we trust him. We'll see how this goes. They're more willing to fight against, I think, if someone comes in corrupt, as we kind of saw, than I think the Alliance would. I think the Alliance would be the ones to kind of keep going, but then it's too late. We've already gone down this path. Oh, crap, we thought we were the good guys. Like, I think the Horde would be more true to stop that.
Well, and it's kind of happened multiple times throughout, the World of Warcraft as well.
Yeah.
I mean, before Wrath of the Lich King came out, there was the whole Garrosh fighting Thrall for leadership of the Horde, in the arena before all of a sudden, oh, wait, we got to kill some undead. And so there was that challenge there, Thrall hasn't really been the best leader. I mean, there's a lot of different perspectives that kind of show and help support that and everything, especially if you read the Garrosh book. Very much so. I mean, a lot of the points that he had were like kind of, just. Of course, he totally went about everything the wrong way and all that. And of course, when he did rise to power and grew and, became, kind of not exactly corrupt, but again, had a different way of doing things that wasn't exactly right. You're right. We stood up and we stopped that, and it worked. And that's why when Vol'jin was lead, it's like, okay, cool, we're on a good path right now. Yeah. Then, well, that didn't last very long at all.
Nope.
Oh, so sad.
It is. I really miss him a lot. But then, my favorite Horde leader, Sylvanas, takes over, and I'm like, that's cool. But I can understand why, again, there's a little trepidation there, where some people just kind of, I'm not so sure about this, but, we're still supporting her because she's the leader, but we're going to see what happens.
Yeah.
And, if something horrible were to happen, or if she were to, hey, let's kill all the Horde and turn them into undead because we need more undead or something like that, we'd probably try to stop that.
I mean, Sylvanas has always been Magneto.
Yeah.
Like that is her character. I mean, in vanilla and probably up through Lich King, her plan was everybody hates us because we're undead and we're different. If everybody's undead, nobody will hate us. It's literally Magneto's plan from the first X-Men movie. Yeah. And I like that. And it's funny too because I just watched the most recent X-Men movie. I didn't love it, but what I learned from it
is that Quicksilver is awesome and they underutilize him in everything.
No, that's not what I learned.
Or they just have to break his leg and then he has no powers because he would fix everything.
Yeah, I did learn that actually. But what I learned is that I'm probably more on Magneto's side than I am on Xavier's. And I don't know when that happened in my life, but at some point...
See, back when you were watching the cartoon, you're totally on Xavier's side.
Right.
Okay, then you're watching reading some of the comic books. I'd say you're probably still on Xavier's side, even though he turned out he's a total jerk in the comic books.
Typically,
like, insanely so.
Typically.
And then all of a sudden you actually really like the movie character.
Sure.
That makes sense.
Yeah.
I mean, they wrote him to be sympathetic.
I think
Yeah.
it's just the notion of Magneto saying, "Hey, we should be able to walk the earth and not have
Be
to fear
ourselves,
these
yep.
things, and we should be able to be us." And Xavier's like, "No, we got to work for it, and it's going to take time and effort." And I don't know, maybe as I've gotten older, I've gotten more impulsive, and I've gotten to the stage of, F it, they need to accept us right away. So anyway, sorry, that X-Men aside, Sylvanas is Magneto, and that's why I like Sylvanas. I think that's where I was going with that. The end.
Now, let's see. Who's Tony Stark?
Mechatort.
No, yeah, okay, there we go. The end. Okay.
Figured it out.
Yeah. So going way back.
Wait a minute. I want to know.
Okay.
I want to know which race is on the wrong faction.
That's where I was going.
Oh, okay. Sorry.
So going way back to John's question about which race is on the wrong faction for me. Okay, so I'm gonna say this, and it's not because they're cool, but the Worgen are on the wrong faction, and
you made me
understand,
happy.
Okay, so I understand how they put them into the Alliance. The undead are attacking and everything like that. I get that, and then there we go with Sylvanas being like, "Hey, this is our lands," and all that. All that aside, I really don't see the happy, wonderful, human people of the Alliance being like, "Oh yeah, you can come hang out with us." "Oh my God, you're a monster!" to werewolves. I mean, just everything that happened in the Worgen starting area and stuff just tells me that they're not ready for that. That they're not going to accept that, and they are the literal monster. It doesn't fit canonically in my mind a lot of the time. And again, I'm not saying that just because they're a cool race and I want them on the Horde. It really isn't that I think they fit in there. I really don't. And plus, think about all the storytelling that could go like really awesome with, oh yeah, we have a spy and he's in the Alliance City, and oh, he's a Worgen. I don't know.
I was super surprised when they announced the Goblins and Worgens. My initial very first thought was, wait, the Horde's getting two races? Just because, or two races. They were so isolated, the Worgens. I figured that they would be like resentful of, even though the Night Elves took them in and shoved them in a tree. Like, I don't know if you guys, I think you guys have played Worgens. It's basically what they did. Yeah. Like, I thought they would go Horde. I really did. I was super surprised.
Yeah. I mean, to me, I agree. I think they've done good with the lore reasons, right? If you look at Draenei, if you look at Worgen,
what else? Yep.
I think they have made good stories as to why. Now, Blood Elves is interesting, and I do see the chat room talking about Blood Elves a lot too. I knew Blood Elves were going to be Horde since before Blood Elves were in the game, and that's because I loved the Warcraft 3 expansion. And in the Warcraft 3 expansion, this is why I liked Kael'thas.
What's one of his memorable lines, John?
So I was a huge fan of Kael'thas because I thought he was a very cool character in Warcraft 3. But his arc in Warcraft 3 is constantly being screwed over by the Alliance races. Like, non-stop. Betrayal, thrown in jail, more betrayal, then a little bit more betrayal, then, some good stuff, but we're going to pepper in a little extra betrayal for you. So I knew Blood Elves, there was no way they were going Alliance, because they had just built too much story that they would never side with them again. But again, that goes back to there's a good lore reason for it, but obviously, we have high elves that are on the Alliance side now, currently, when you look at factions like the Silver Covenant. There are still individual high elves that are on that side. Historically, in the Warcraft games, high elves, before they were Blood Elves, were an Alliance faction. So I also say, they would fit in there. But because I'm a stupid lore nerd, I was like, oh, no. So I think they've done a good job justifying where everybody goes, but I do wish... look, I'm going to just be... Here's brutal honesty. I think Worgen is a super cool race, and it makes me sad that it's not on the Horde. That's my reason. Ben had some real good ones, but mine is just I like them, and therefore I want them on the faction I play. That's it. That's what it boils down to.
Well, then I gotta ask, for lore reasons, do you think that there's a race that's kind of in the wrong spot?
I think goblins should be faction neutral.
Yes.
I think they had to tell
really think that.
They had to tell a very specific story to explain why this particular goblin cartel is aligned with the Horde specifically. And once again, they did a fine job within the lore, but I think goblins would probably actually be faction neutral. I actually think most of the races in this game, you could make an argument that they'd be faction neutral. You could, prior to the Council of the Three Hammers, you could have said Dark Iron Dwarves are going to be Horde, other dwarves are going to be Alliance. Humans, you could say mercenaries on the Horde, non-mercenaries on the Alliance. Same thing with orcs and trolls, who notoriously helped out other sides and factions. Tauren, peace-loving, not hard to explain why they might not want to be part of the Horde war machine. Like, I think there's very strong cases to be made for most of the factions to be neutral. But I think they've done a good job aligning them where it makes sense. I think maybe the hardest case is things like undead. Like,
yeah. Night elf. Well, you have the blood elves, but still night elves. I don't see any like a rogue night elf going Horde.
No.
Yeah.
Unless it was a case of like, oh, if you play a night elf mage, you're gonna be Horde because they don't like magic users.
Yeah.
But
yeah. I will say though, like lore-wise, I think the most fitting one joining the Alliance is the Draenei.
Yeah.
I love that. They're like, oh, they wield the light, and this is what they're doing, and they're the in their perception, the Alliance are the ones who fight for justice and truth in the American way and all that stuff. And I mean, just knowing what I know about them as a people and stuff, it makes sense that they'd fall right into that and not like see the corruption of say the humans and things like that, and just kind of go with following the light. I love that about them.
I will. Okay, Harry Potter reference, because I just read this post and it made me complete sense. So you have Ravenclaw that takes like all the smart people, and then Slytherin's like,
Ravenclaw,
we're going to take
by
the
the way.
cunning.
Yeah, thank you. I'm a Ravenclaw. That was a very nice
I'm a Slytherin,
compliment.
actually. Very surprisingly,
Nothing
Slytherin.
wrong with that.
And then the brave go to Gryffindor, and then Hufflepuff. Helga's just like, I'm gonna take the ones and just let them understand that the world can be good. Like, you guys are gonna be the lights. I feel like the Horde kind of is the taker of things. Like, Alessandra just said, Alliance is a necrophobia. I was gonna say necrophiliac. Wrong word. Necrophobic. They're necrophobic.
Well, the Alliance sure does something.
Spend enough time around undead. Who knows?
Who knows what happens?
What happens in the Undercity stays in the Undercity. If you know
We'll get lost
what
there.
I mean.
Oh Lord. But I think the Horde is kind of that like Hufflepuff group. They kind of take their like, oh, you're undead, cool, whatever. Can you hold a sword? We'll take you. Whereas the Alliance is like, if you can't wield the light, I don't know if this is gonna work.
How pretty are you?
Basically, how pretty. The Blood Elves were too pretty. Like, that's why Blood Elves couldn't be there. They would just outshine everyone.
Well, I mean, and lore-wise, they were courting the Blood Elves back. They were like, no, you're too pretty. Come back.
Hey.
Come back. We messed up.
Yeah.
We made a mistake.
And since the question is how pretty are you, not how pretty were you, obviously the undead can't be in there.
That's how the Worgen got in. If the Worgen couldn't control their transformation, never an Alliance race. But like, they showed up and they were like, I'm a scary wolf, and they were like, yeah, we're
an antidote to fix that.
And then hair flip and
sorry, I forgot I was in my wolf form. Hello, my name's Fabian. I'm a Worgen.
Why, hello, Fabian. Welcome.
I was hoping I might join your little cadre. Oh, Fabian. Let me just put you down right here. Hello.
And Worgen, you say? Oh, you look human. You're fine.
Yeah, you're human enough. Passable.
Heck, you're really symmetrical and pretty. Come on.
It's in the notes. Human passable.
Oh, Lord.
Hot fix. Worgen or more human passable.
So I don't know. That's how I'm sure it went down. It didn't make for good gameplay,
Fact.
so you didn't play it, but it was there. It happened.
Fact.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, that's why didn't Varian come and meet you in the big tree? You just want to see how pretty you were.
He did. He came by one day, once.
Yeah.
And then we're still just hanging out there.
Exactly.
Just hanging out.
Yeah. I like our version of lore so much more.
I mean, we're all in agreement. Draenei are pretty attractive, right? Like,
Oh, yeah.
They
Oh,
count.
God.
They still count. I mean, the guys are upside down triangles, but otherwise they're
Still.
fine.
Yeah.
Plus,
but
it make-
they're like muscular and like
They're
okay, so
muscular triangles.
Colossus in Deadpool is like that's a Draenei.
Yeah.
Oh,
Okay.
gosh. Oh, God,
Simple
yeah.
as that.
Yeah.
Yeah, you know, he'd take care of you.
Like, if they can pick me up and throw me over their shoulder, it's attractive. You win.
Yeah.
And accent. This is a female perspective. Accent, pick me up, throw me over your shoulder. You're pretty. You get to be an alliance.
I'm pretty. I can join.
The notes for Draenei said horny, and people misunderstood.
Sometimes my forehead.
They're like,
moves.
good. Tell them about Goldshire. We're having a kegger. Win
I have
all
its
the
tail.
time.
All right, great. I think that does it.
Yep, nailed it. We did it. That was a fun game to play.
Lord.
Yeah. Well, okay. So going back to it though, I really do think that the goblins need to be a neutral race.
Oh, gosh, yeah. They always
mean-
have been. Booty Bay, just look at all the things that we have already before they came in.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. And now, have you ever played a goblin like through the whole starting zone and everything?
Through the starting zone, yes, I think she's like she's up where she's doing just normal quests. So,
Okay.
But yeah, as I was doing it, I'm like you guys really kind of forced the story, I feel like, to make them a
Yeah.
horde. But whatever.
Like, oh,
That's what
Thrall's
you want to
randomly
do.
there, and
Yeah.
now you're part of the horde. So, welcome to Hufflepuff.
They're the one race, though, they're so strategic. Like, I always feel like the goblins have something up their sleeve. Like, they're like, yes, we're the horde, but we're using you for something, and once we have it, like, we're out. See ya. What that something is, I have no clue.
I mean, they try really hard. They reshaped Azuna into like, the horde symbol. Like
It's pretty.
they're putting the effort in. Like, what have you done for me lately? We reshaped the continent.
Yeah. And before we get emails, Ashara.
Ashara. What did I say? Azuna?
Asuna.
Where's
Yeah.
Azuna?
Close. Next expansion, Azuna's just going to be a horde symbol. They're just leaving their mark all over the place.
Let's just make it all horde symbols. Is really what I'm going for.
Yeah. It's like Euro Disney. It's just, Broken Isles horde symbol.
There we go. Done.
I think that works. I'm okay with that.
I'm good with it.
But I mean, can you imagine what would happen if Anduin had enough gold to bribe Gallywix to join the alliance?
Oh, gosh.
Oh, he would do it.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, in a heartbeat.
But the problem is the goblins don't like Gallywix.
Yeah, but they kind of do what he says still.
I mean,
I mean, he got a new character model and everything.
I feel like your goblin, like, they would check in with you first. They're
Yeah,
like,
okay.
Gallywix is going over to the Alliance. Are we doing that? And your character would just be like, cut that off.
Nope.
And they'd be like, okay, all right. We'll humor him till he leaves, and then we'll be like, oh, we forgot something. We'll be back.
Hey, we'll take his pleasure palace.
Here's the one problem with the Alliance getting goblins. We all know that there is an intense rivalry between goblins and gnomes.
Oh,
And
gosh, yes.
I don't think Azeroth could survive them commingling that closely.
It would be so fun, though. Like, if the goblins and the gnomes could put their just stuff aside, like, the things that would be created. Like, we'd already be done with the Legion. The
What if
Legion would
they-
be done.
What if they
I'd be kinda
combined
scared.
themselves and made like a Nomblin?
Or what about a goat?
I would totally rock that race. I would be a Noblin.
A gome? Did you say a gome?
Yeah. They're finally taking the N out of the gnome. Just the gome. Or gobe. No, it doesn't work.
I mean, that would just be the most self-destructive thing. Like, Deathwing would be like, sorry guys, peace. You're gonna take care of this way faster than me. Bye. So,
Well, what about Okay, so next expansion, World of Warcraft, goblins versus gnomes.
I mean, Hearthstone did it, and by all accounts, it was pretty good, right?
Yeah, exactly. I knew I heard that
Which-
somewhere.
Okay, this is a super odd question, but it just popped in my head. Goblin and gnomes aside, which alliance and which horde would make the cutest baby if they could?
You mean if
Ooh.
they like co,
If they
If they
wink wink nudge
cohabitated?
nudge, like yeah.
if they woohooed in The Sims?
Yes.
I mean, first of all, let's get it right out of the gate. If you look in the game and you see the Tauren baby model, that is a
There
cute
it is.
thing.
God.
That
Oh,
is-
I miss
And
Muzi already.
Draenei, you would have just a fun. Well, obviously blood elves, night elves, but not something funner.
Well, no, they're not cute. They're
they're
pretty.
the same. Like they're
yeah.
the same.
I
thing,
like to
basically. That's
imagine
not
that a
fun.
blood elf night elf combo just comes out as an abomination.
Two cute things.
It's
No,
like,
it's a human.
we're gonna make the ultimate thing. It's going to be amazing. It just comes out.
Well, okay. So before we ask this question, the thing that we need to know: are Worgen children puppies?
Yes,
Oh,
Okay.
I've decided. I've decided that. Whether it's true or not, I don't care.
Okay, so they're half of the equation because of puppies.
I do think
Oh.
though a Tauren Draenei would be fun. Like
I could see
especially
that.
as I
like a
got
little
older.
blue cow.
Oh, adorable.
Like a tiny little blue cow.
And it needs the accent, and it has to be able to get drunk.
Okay, here's my combo. Blood elf, Worgen.
Okay.
As a baby, it's basically a puppy, and then when it grows up, it's just an attractive person that can turn into a cool werewolf.
No, a puppy with gigantic ears.
Just the huge ears.
Yeah.
yeah.
And cool glowing green eyes.
Yeah. Oh Lord,
I'm good with that.
that would be adorable.
All right, blood elf puppies for all. Wow.
Blood elf.
I kind of want to see this in game now.
I want to see a
Hmm.
little. You know what has to happen? You guys are alone on things like for long periods of time.
Oh, sure.
There has to be some wink, wink, nudge, nudging going on.
There's
Yeah, I can see that.
look.
Tauren gnome. Oh no, Tauren gnome. That's
Oh,
miniature
a little
little
tiny
cow.
cow. Okay, hold on. I might be changing my vote. A little tiny cow seems great.
That would be cute.
I don't know why gnomes kind of bother me, but for some reason you take out the little like creepy
old person.
old child like Benjamin Button thing going, and all of a sudden you make it a little cow. It's like, ooh, that's great. I'm 100% on board.
Huh. Now, would it talk like a Tauren or talk like a gnome?
It just moo.
Except it's got the really deep
Whoa.
voice, which is like surprising for a little tiny, character.
Ooh.
That would be so cute.
Let's see, a Worgen and undead. That would just be like a Worgen with mange. So I'm saying no.
That would be bad.
No,
I'm trying to think
not
if
so
the
good.
trolls would be good with anyone.
I mean, you'd basically just get blue people.
Yeah, that
With giant teeth.
Man, a troll
about the
Worgen would be
pandas?
super cool, though.
we're going to be good.
That'd be kind of freaky. I mean, they can be druids already, so think Worgen, cat form with big long teeth and it's blue.
Yeah.
I
Yeah.
like trolls a lot. Like, I already, like, they make some creepy choices with a lot of the faces, and when they gave them the new models and they gave them the back toe, like, that was weird. But
Wait,
overall,
back toe?
yeah, there's a
Wait.
back toe.
Like on their foot, it's like a bird foot where there's a toe on the back.
Yeah, you know that bit that sticks out on the back of their feet? There's a little toenail on there.
Are you serious?
Yeah.
Oh, that's no,
It's
no,
it's kind of gross.
no. Oh, that's weird. I can't deal with that.
No.
Ruined Ben.
No, they need to wear shoes now. No. Oh
It's saying to
man,
log onto my troll to check this.
I don't have any trolls. Thank God.
Oh,
I don't think I can do back toe. Unless I made a character that's a troll named Back Toe, and then I'm like, okay, I'm embracing it. This is what we're doing here. Oh, jeez, John, I was happy and ignorant. Why?
I'm sorry. I'm sorry. It didn't exist before the new models. You can pretend it doesn't still.
Blame Blizzard.
They added it. I went to the forums and was like, please remove the toenail. It's too much.
Did anyone respond?
No, of course nobody responded. They were
Someone
very
responded
proud.
like, I like the back toe.
They were very proud of their back toe.
Oh. Wait, so, okay, now, does this mean that it's an opposable toe? Like, can
they pick things out? Because
control-
if it's useful.
If
Yeah,
it's
can they, like, hang
useful,
from
it's
stuff?
way cooler.
Yeah,
Like-
okay. I'm okay with that then.
Suddenly it becomes okay if it's kind of like a cool blue monkey arm, hand, foot, arm, foot, hand, foot.
Hand, foot, arm.
I mean, if they grow the toenail out long enough, you could file that thing, and then you have a weapon, but it's still not cool.
Yeah.
Yeah, but you have to, like, in order to use it, you have to, like, kick your foot back behind you. And then I don't think there's any sort of martial art that
You're
really
like
that
a
works with.
shitty
they're
X-23.
And if you kick too hard, you just get your back. That's not good.
Yeah, you
Oh,
jam.
yeah.
Like, have you ever jammed your
Stabbing the
thumb?
back and
Now
holding.
imagine it's your foot thumb. Ugh.
Oh my god!
And then
Toes.
your
I gotta
grandpa,
make a new character and see this now.
your grandpa trolls always just like pull my finger, but it's way worse because he wants you to pull the foot finger.
Oh, and your face would be right there.
I know,
This
that's
is the
what I'm
worst.
saying. You'd have to be like, all right, don't do it.
Oh,
I
you did it
won't.
again.
Ah, gosh dang it, he got me with the dumb back toe.
You know, you're 22. You should know not to do this by now.
Would it be
It's
hard?
gonna change at some point.
I would get rid of that thing if I was a troll.
Just cut the whole
Elective
thing off.
surgery.
No, like, okay, I'm okay with the toe in general, because, like, before, it
Well,
was
you need
fine.
it for balance, right?
It's always been there. It's always been there. The only thing that changed is they put a little nail on it. Like, that's the only part. It's the fact that there's a nail on it. I'm fine with 100% of it except the nail. And then just knowing that there's a crusty troll nail on the back of their foot creeps me out a bit.
But you could, like, paint it cool colors. Like, do little smiley faces really creep people out?
I'm
sure,
watching
but
you.
I don't do that with my current toenails. If I had a secret extra one, I don't know if it would push me over the edge.
I don't know. Seriously, I don't know how I can deal with this now.
We've talked about this for a really long time.
Oh, yeah.
Come
Well,
to
it's
Azeroth
a
Roundtable. We're gonna
deal.
hit the hard modern issues of WoW.
Oh, man. I am
imagine
gonna
I got a
give.
fungus.
I mean, they
They don't wear shoes.
they
so
ran
yeah.
around Zangarmarsh barefoot.
Oh.
Like, look, I'm just saying.
Like, you've gotten things under your nails before. I imagine under your back toenail would be worse. Like, if a splinter got under there.
I don't know though. I can get to my heel pretty easily. Like, I have to feel like I'm doing like
Well, yeah, but think about if you're trying
gymnastics to get to my front toenails.
Well, okay, so what if you're trying to trim it or do something? I mean, you have to at least be sitting down. You
Like-
can't just.
It's
Yeah.
still awkward as I'm touching my heel.
Plus you wouldn't be able to
Everybody's
see it all
trying it.
that
Everyone's
well.
like, how hard would it be? It's not that bad. I could trim that. I could take care
Yeah.
of that.
Yeah, okay. Well, but it'd be like extra big too, because you only have the one back there. Oh, God. I'm sorry, it's just giving me the creeps.
I wonder.
Added
I'm
a
just
toenail.
curious how many like people have now gone to the troll, create a character and been like, they are making this. Oh God, it's there.
Well, okay, so here's the thing. In the next, I don't know, area or the next expansion or something, as long as they have a troll hanging by his feet, like grabbing onto something, then I'm okay with it. Until I see that, it's going to creep the heck out of me, like, till the end of time.
Yeah.
So, Blizzard, do you know what to do?
Trim that nail.
Oh, my
man.
gosh.
Should they give you a customization option, like just right and left arrow to customize your back toenail? Do you want no nail? Do you want a long nail? Do you want it colored?
Or, no, this is where you put it. Yeah, this is where you put in the colors. There we
There
go.
you go.
You go to the barber shop to change your toenail.
I
no,
want
going
the
to
one that's
barbershop,
got a troll doing finger guns on the back.
we could do like a pedicure salon and WoW for trolls.
I'm okay with that. And the fact that blood elves have painted nails and stuff, that works for
There
me
we
too.
go.
Just adding more customization.
Can I
there
tell
we go.
you
We're
that
good.
weirded me out too when I discovered that in Burning Crusade? When I put
That
on
they have
my
fingernails.
when I put on my first shoes that didn't have that my toes showed on, and I was just like, the hell is wrong with their they've painted their toenails bright red. That sure looks good with my neon green shoes. It's Christmas in Azeroth, everybody.
Well, it's the pretty factor. Like they have to be all done up.
Like, and it did.
Well-
It totally hit that part of me that's like, now all of a sudden I want a slider for a thing I don't have a slider for. I'm like, well, fine. I'm okay with them painting their toenails, but now I need to control it because that red does not go with those shoes. And people go by and they're like, John, what are you talking about? I'm like, what I'm doing in here is important. I'm playing a video game. It's Warcraft. This is how you Warcraft. I think I'm just saying that a more neutral color, less intense, would be better for my toenails. And then I'm going to go fight orcs and demons.
No, John, it's total RP because the toenails are there to distract. You're going to be fighting something, and then some orc or whatever is going to look down. Ooh,
Nice.
that kind of clashes your feet, your shoes that you're. Oh, and then you kill him. See? Totally a distraction. It totally works.
That's not the color Uguk would choose. Shink. Oh.
I was looking at the red tootsies. This little pity got me killed.
At least I died with nice toes, man.
Oh my lord.
Anyway, it's fine. Like, it just, it clashed. That's all.
Okay. Something that I will say that I'm super happy about with the Blood Elves and the new character models is that their hands aren't like T-1000 like knife daggers anymore.
They don't have the weird
So
thumb,
happy about that.
the
That was-
flipper
Yeah,
thumb.
They have toenails, fine, but the graphics have come a long way. If
Oh, they
toenails are
have.
important, I guess that was an. I want to know who decided that. Like now, I need to know who was like, this toe needs a nail. But
The first
from-
troll designer, Jerry. Why is this a toenail back there? Because that's how trolls look.
It says
Okay,
who?
Jerry.
It says me.
I'm Jerry, the troll designer. Okay.
God,
Sorry, I totally interrupted you with
no,
my
I was saying
tale of
that
Jerry.
they are a lot more like fluid now because
Mm-hmm.
I remember the blood elves, and I guess if toenail wasn't important, I have nothing to say to back.
I'm like I said, I'm fine that they painted it. It's just like literally the first shoes they gave me to show them off were neon green, which was a problem by itself. But
Yeah.
like, I'm gonna go to war. I better wear my neon green sandals.
Well, look, if they make you feel good and more powerful because of it, then yeah, it makes sense. Maybe your character just really likes neon green. Have you
Mhm.
thought about that?
No, because everything else my character was wearing up to that point was a sick, like, black and red, and I was like, oh, this is going good, and then they were like, and here's green shoes. And I just feel like somewhere there was someone in a Blizzard chair that did itemization for Hellfire Peninsula and was like, it all matched until you got to the shoes.
Oh, those are your shower shoes. Don't forget them. God, oh, that itemization in Hellfire. There are very few times where I felt, like a total, I don't know, floozy on my mage
Oh my
than when I
God.
started going to Hellfire. Because all of a sudden I'm like, oh, I'm wearing essentially underwear and thigh highs.
Basically, like that
Thanks.
going through that expansion, that was very interesting. I'm like, how is this covering? Like, I'm going to war basically in a bikini.
Like, it's called
Yeah.
Hellfire Peninsula,
What?
not Arctic Tundra Peninsula. It's hot.
Still, when you got to Northern, there was still some outfits that I was like, really, really, I'm
Well,
gonna
and
wear
see-
this up here.
For the most part, I was okay with the Northrend outfits. They at least, like, we're cohesive.
They looked like you were
put 'em
trying.
They
on.
did. They
Yeah.
like the Hellfire was the Incredibles. Have you guys seen the Incredibles?
Oh, of course.
Okay. In the beginning, when the young boy's like trying to be a superhero, like he's hodgepodge his stuff together, and it's like we're gonna go fight, but we're not quite sure what we're doing. And then he grows up and he gets his shit together. But yeah, Hellfire's outfit choices was like I would not be intimidated as a bad guy. I'd be like, no.
Yeah.
But
Can't even
again,
match your
it
nail
serves
polish.
as a distraction. What the heck is that? That's a new word. It
It's
serves as a distraction because it's like, what the heck is this fool wear? And then you're knocked out.
dead, done.
I
don't
don't
think
think
that's
that's very good outfit to wear to a fashion. Ah,
My heart.
foiled again by my fashion sense. Ah.
It's Tim Gunn, the orc.
God. Pre-transmog was fun.
Yeah, it had its own charm, but we live in the world of transmog now, and it's great.
Yes.
And now
It is.
I can make all sorts of crazy decisions. My character's wearing an eye patch right now. I feel like I should just tell everybody, my character's not missing an eye, but she's wearing an eye patch because it looks good.
I need to find the monocle. My character needs to look classy.
I'm using the eye patch for what pirates use the eye patch for, is how I'm justifying it. I have to go in
Below
from
deck.
inside to outside a lot. Or wait, the other way around. Outside to inside a lot, so I gotta have the eye patch ready.
So then you can just.
Yeah, and like night vision. I do that in my day-to-day life, for the record. I don't
do
know
too.
if anybody else does that, but you're like
Every
getting
night.
ready for bed and you're in the bathroom and you're like, all right, cover one eye because I'm going to go to bed after this and I don't want to look like an idiot. So I
You're
cover
done.
my eye like this to avoid looking like an idiot. And then I turn off the light and I can see. And I don't look
Hold on.
stupid to the nobody else in the room.
I can give you a better tip. Just close your eye.
Mm-mm.
You don't have to
doesn't
cover
work
it.
the same. You don't feel like a
It-
pirate.
Okay,
You just
well,
feel like you got something in your eye.
not for me. I'm just, it's always my left eye too. That's how natural it was. I'm just left eye. I don't know why. Because my dominant eye is my right eye. So why am I doing this to myself? I don't know.
Because if something attacks you while the light's on, you want to be able to see it.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Okay. There you go.
Yeah.
And I got to worry about cats, so that makes a lot
Yeah.
of sense. Okay. Good. I'm glad that we figured this out.
Look, I'm just happy I'm not the only one that does the eye patch thing.
Yeah, but John, the other
within their
person's
own
me.
house.
Are you sure that's something? Oh, you do too?
I don't necessarily do it like, because I have a kid, so we have like strategic night lights, so it's never really dark. But if I'm outside in the bright sun, I will close my eye before I come inside for a minute, so that when I come inside, I'm not sitting here like, oh my God, what is this? Like, where is everything? I'm gonna run into it. So yes, but yes, I do it.
That
Okay.
awkward moment where you walk into a house and your eyes haven't adjusted and you just
And
look
you're just-
completely stupid standing in the
Yeah.
doorway. You're just, oh.
It's
I'm
worse
just-
when it's a new house, because you're just like, okay, I'm gonna move forward, but I don't know what I'm moving into. Like, there could be like a door here, there could be another door.
You just look like you're
It's bad.
posing in front of your own doorway. It's like, who the hell is this
No,
person
next time
that when
strike
they
a
walk
pose.
in?
Just totally just strike a pose. And if anybody asks, just say, in case of the cameras.
Yeah.
Just confuse them.
Do the
It works.
Randy Orton and you walk through the door. That was funny to people who watch wrestling. I don't know what else to say.
I laughed uncomfortably for you. Is that
Thank
okay?
you. Thank you.
I do what I can.
Ben, I appreciate your sympathy laugh. Thank you.
You're welcome. You know me. I try to support as best I can.
Anyway, transmog, it's super important, and you should
Yes.
try an eye patch, because why not? Because you can, because we live in a world where you can. I can go from wearing a bunch of green armor-looking stuff to a sweet eye patch in
And that's all.
seconds, and I've saved it. I have a lot of transmog sets saved, I should say. That should surprise nobody who's listened to the show.
Nothing wrong with
Who
that.
knows that it's one of the most important things in the game to me.
If not the most important.
If you're gonna do something, do it looking cool. That's why I play a rogue.
Yeah. And I love the fact that you have an eye patch now, and one of your main moves is shooting a gun. Depth
Super
perception.
important.
Yeah.
Just, okay, I think you're inside. Totally works.
Yeah. Sure.
All right. Well, Turarts, thank you very much for joining us for this
Yes.
interesting, fun, toenail-filled episode. It
was
is
fun.
always such a pleasure having you on. Where can people find you?
You can find me on Discord and on Twitter at Turarts. That's Turarts. I do the Game Cave show every Sunday at 10 p.m. EST. That would be 7 p.m. PST or PDT. I don't know what the correct one is. Pacific
never
time
do.
over there. Every Sunday we do our thing. And I've started streaming a little
Ooh.
now. I have never played Mass Effect before, and so I'm streaming Mass Effect. And
Yes.
oh lordy,
Good call.
oh lordy, I will make the Elcors. I want one as a pet, and I'm gonna figure out how to do it. I know I can't. Like I know it's not how the game
What
works.
about an Elcor Tauren?
Oh, I'd be okay with that.
I want it. I want it now.
There.
Because the way they talk too, it's like
Yes.
surprise. How are like I love it. I just love 'em.
Surprise. Oh, I didn't see you over there.
It's so amazing. God, I love it. But no, so yeah, I'm streaming. I'm doing that thing. Twitch.tv/Turarts just started like a week ago, so it's very exciting. And Wednesdays and Fridays I'm doing that, but not this Friday. Next Friday.
I'm sorry we took you away from your stream.
No, I'm gonna stream tomorrow instead. Because I'm really loving this game. Like I don't know how I haven't discovered it. It's like it's old. It's very old. If you don't know what Mass Effect is, thank you. You don't make me feel so bad. But it's so fun. Oh my gosh.
Yeah.
It's super good.
Best
And I
game
have
series
2
there
and
is.
3. So I have tons more to do.
I'm so excited for you on a level that I can't convey at all.
I'm
Yeah.
Just wait till you get to 2.
Yeah.
That's what everyone's like, wait for 2. It's going to be a really long trip, I have learned, because I talked to my husband about it. The first night I did it, I streamed 2 hours. I was so excited. I got just to the Citadel in that 2 hours. So from beginning to Citadel, he's like,
Not bad.
that usually takes like an hour maybe at most. He's like, maybe. He's like, I think it took me a half hour. I'm like, crap, how long is this game?
No,
He's
no,
like,
no. You're doing it the right way.
okay.
You're absolutely
Take
doing
your
it the right
time.
way. Explore everything. Explore. Have fun. There is a lot in that game to see, and it is all worthwhile.
But it's like a 40-hour game, he said. He's like, it's like a
Oh, yeah.
40-hour game. I'm like, oh God, I'm going to be on this for a while. But it's so much fun.
And again, wait till you get to 2.
I know.
Not just
What?
because it's a better game, and it is. Although people will argue with me about that, that's fine.
2 is better than 1, hands
but
down.
that opening,
Yeah.
Ah,
when you get to
Don't spoil anything
well, no,
in 2
why
or
would
3.
I say it? But
No, I'm not saying. No, I'm saying to her, like, don't look anything up. Just go at it completely fresh, because it has some of the best moments in gaming ever.
I know. That's what I've been told. So I'm super excited to get to 2. But I was not. There is some very heavily insinuated stuff so far in 1 that I was not expecting. Like wink, wink, nudge, nudge stuff. And so I got to some of that on my last stream.
You
Someone
okay?
just screamed outside my window. I'm sorry.
You're okay.
I live in a
Yeah.
neighborhood.
No, we heard it, and I was a little wondering what was going on. So as
Nope.
long as you're okay, that's all we care about.
Good. Oh,
Okay.
my neighbors are fun. I love my neighbors. Anyway, I do not do good with wink, wink, nudge, nudge scenes. I giggle and I laugh. So if you watch the last stream I did, I turned into like a 12-year-old boy. Oh God, I hope there's not too much more of that because I can't do it.
Well,
There is, I know, and I picked a female character too. And so the
Good.
first thing is you have the consort, and there's that scene with the consort, and I'm just like, oh, she's being.
Did you
Oh,
bone the
oh.
consort?
Yes, I did. I picked the option where you. Because
you got your reward.
Yep.
Yeah.
Gave me some advice. I'm like, that's it. That's all my advices. So I clicked the "that's it" option, not realizing we would, and I was like, I feel like I should block all of your eyes from what's happening. Oh yes,
Have fun
Not
with the game.
Yep.
not a.
It gets
good
better.
Stream, but we'll see what happens.
Yeah. I mean, that game is about space boning at a certain point, so it's fine.
Good to know. So if you guys watch me and we get more of that, I giggle and I can't do it.
So everybody, make sure you watch the stream because it's gonna be fun.
It's gonna get good.
It-
It's gonna get good, especially
That's where you,
especially when you start picking who your romance partner is gonna be and all
oh my
that.
God. Well, whoever can throw me over their shoulder wins. So, well,
You may want to
Well,
wait
there's
for the
actually-
sequel then.
Oh,
Yeah, and there's a couple ways that it can actually be done really with your options in one.
Don't hook
okay.
up with Caden. That's my best advice that I can give you.
Caden's the
I
worst.
hate Keaton. I have to keep him right now for like balance reasons because otherwise I'm all combat and I have no biotic or tech and I'm like, you serve a purpose, but I hate you. Like I want to get rid of you and I can't yet.
Oh,
All right,
you'll
this
get
is perfect.
you'll get other characters. There'll be options. If you
Yeah.
don't want Caden around, you'll have the option.
Yeah.
But you know, Ashley's worse. So,
Yes. Oh my God.
She's a spacist.
yeah, there's that too. I don't know if you've gotten to her space racism, but you'll get there.
She's hinted at it. Like I've seen some hints in the elevator.
She's
talk.
given me a couple of pamphlets.
I like her outfit, like go white pink, but at the same time I'm like, I'm switching, yeah. Like
Yeah. Well, let me put it this way. On all of my playthroughs, I ditch Caden and Ashley as fast as I can.
yeah, I have Caden still because he serves a purpose, and then I have I just got to the point where we got they go on their journey. I can't remember their name. They go on their journey to discover themselves. They're part
Oh, the
tech, I
Corian?
think. Yeah. Yeah.
Tally, she's pretty cool.
Yes, Tally. Yes, I have Tally now. Tally
Now,
and Caden.
the best character in the game, bar none, and you want to make sure that you don't miss out on this opportunity, is Leroy Jenkins. So just make sure that he sticks around with you and you don't have him die or anything, unfortunately.
Done.
Okay, good. Good. I'm glad
John's advice.
I'm
keep
glad you
Leroy.
helped poor
Soft
L.
character.
Jenkins, who I have seen die more than the actual Leroy
Wait,
Jenkins.
is it actually L. Jenkins?
Yes,
I never
his
picked
name
up. I knew it was
is
Jenkins.
His
but...
name is, I believe, he has a different first name, but his middle initial is L for Leroy.
That's fantastic.
Yeah, for anybody who's like, "Oh, Mass Effect is this like untouchable, like it's its own unique universe of its," no, that game opens with a World of Warcraft reference in plain view for everybody when Leroy Jenkins runs out into the open and gets shot to death. So, you know, he's there.
And no spoilers, that happens in the first 2 seconds of the game.
And like literally, you know, because he's basically wearing a red shirt without wearing a red shirt. It's like, hey, here's all these fleshed out cool characters and Jenkins, and he's like, can't wait to get out there. Hope I can go home one day and see my family. You're just like, well, you're done, Jenkins. I'm sorry. You want to
Yeah.
live just a little too much. Just a little too much.
Seriously, the first enemies you come across, just he's dead. And then you're like, oh, he's gone. I guess we need to find another squad mate. Oh, look, it's Ashley. So, yeah. Anyways, John, how about you? Where can people find you?
Well, hey, everybody. John here. And if you want to hear more from me, you can follow me on Twitter at John_Jagger. And if you want to, say, hear me talk about Heroes of the Storm, well, you can do that by going to heroesforyou.com. And you can check out... I'm watching Ben. He's getting ready. He's getting ready for it. You can check out Core.
Core.
Wow, that was muted. That was real good. That was real soft. You can check out Core, which is
Core.
the Heroes of the Storm show. Thanks, Ben.
You're
Ben,
welcome. Yes.
hey, howdy, hey. Where
Hey.
where can people find you?
The best place to find me actually is on Twitter. I'm at Ben the Mage. You can see me tweet about random stuff and tell you about things that are going on, like, you know, when this show is up and recording and everything, or my other show, Battle Pets. I do that with Aludra. We talk about battle pets in the World of Warcraft. You know, it's right there in the title. Battle Pets.
Nailed it.
Other than that, this show, though, Azeroth Roundtable, you can always find us on Twitter. We are at AzerothRT. All of our questions, comments, anything else that you want to tell us, talk to us about, you can send those to AzerothRoundtable@gmail.com, of course. And last but not least, make sure to check out all of our episodes on AzerothRoundtable.com, on iTunes, Stitcher, TuneIn, Alpha Geek Radio. We're all over the place. Wherever fine podcasts can be found. So check us out and listen today.
Hi, everybody. John here at the end of the show. I picked it up quicker this time. Hey, everybody. If you want to help us out, you can go to patreon.com/AzerothRT. Now, I'm gonna tell you a little story that I'm bad at Patreon, and I tried to get in there and make some updates that we've talked about, and I don't know how to do it. So those are coming as soon as I can figure out how to make any of the changes I'm trying to make stick. So maybe next week I'll have more cool stuff to tell you about. But I don't right now, because if you go and look, it doesn't say what I want it to, and I can't get rid or change any of the stuff that I need to. But you could still go there. I would recommend donating $1 or $2, because maybe the other levels are going to get deleted or altered or changed. So,
But if you do decide to donate, you can always join our Discord and our private server channel thing there. Yeah. See, John, I'm giving you something to work with.
Yeah, look at that. Thanks, Ben.
Hey,
Patreon.com/AzerothRT. It's a place to spend money on back toe.
Us. No. You.
All the back toe.
From me, from John, from Turarts, and from back toes everywhere. Thanks for listening, everybody, and have a wonderful time in Azeroth.
Whoa. All right.
Hey, and that's a podcast.
We did it.
Perfect.
File, save project as
a show.
Art show. Now I have to label them because I got battle pits that I have to edit
Call
too.
it back toe.
No. No, so far I have the title because I think the back toe needs to be hidden, so I'm not going to use it in the title. So I have.
This happened last time I was on too. We had it like, oh, I want this, but we need to keep it hidden, so they have to watch it.
Secret.
Yeah, so I have Welcome to Hufflepuff.
Ooh, Hufflepuff's good.
Yes. Yeah.
Yes.
Right.
Anyway, the thing you sent us in Skype, should that be streamed? Does that need to be off stream?
No, honestly, I have no idea who that was that screamed outside of my window, so I played it off, and my husband's like 7 minutes away, so I'm like, I don't really want to get off the stream right now, or off the camera.
We are going to talk the heck off then.
I honestly, like, there's a bus stop right in front of my house, so it might have just been someone, like, just screaming, but it terrified me enough that I'm like, I don't want to get off in case something happens, because I even grabbed my stupid little knife thing, because I don't know what that is, but I live in a fine neighborhood, so I'm sure it's fine. But
you know what?
People shouldn't be outside windows screaming at other people.
I'm like, it's 11:15 here, like, so.
Yeah, no, you're good. We'll stay on as long as you need.
It's just like, I honestly thought it was my husband because he gets home about this time, but then I'm like, no, he wouldn't do that because he knows I'm on a podcast. So I texted him, and he's like, I'm not home. Stay on the podcast as long as you can. I'm like 10 minutes out. I'm like, okay. Fine.
Yeah, we're good.
Yeah, we can do that.
We'll talk more about back toes and whatnot.
Oh my god, I did not know. Like, I did look that up because I was like, I know they had the back toe. Nope, there's the back toenail.
Yep, it's there.
Yeah, I don't want to make one, but I'm gonna make one later tonight, and I don't want to, and I'm terrified of this thing. Like, not like terrified. It's just it's gross and weird, and like. It is the weirdest thing that I could possibly think of for a character model in this game. Because, I mean, for the longest time, I thought they had feet like the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles. So they have the two big toes in the front, and then that was it. Didn't know they had back toe.
And
back toe.
To Svensson in the chat, it felt like a real short episode, but that was normal episode length, actually.
Yeah.
Like
a couple minutes over, actually.
I agree with you. It went by very quick. It was a fun episode. It was a brisk feeling episode. But that was average length. It was a good size, as they say.
I think last time I was on, we started a little late, but it was about an hour 15ish. Yeah, that's about right.
That's what we usually aim for, anyway.
We've been live.
It's
for
great because
hour 20.
Since I actually so pre-show stuff I always record on a separate track and then stop it and then hit record again as we start the actual show. So I'm like, pre-show, move it to the end, listen to stuff, and see if there's anything to throw on there. And so that's why I always have a really good idea of how long it is. And John, for the most part, he trusts me when it's time to cut it. I cut it, and if we're having a really good conversation that I'm like, there's no way I'm stopping this. We just keep going.
Yeah, well,
So,
and
just
also don't take that as this wasn't a really good conversation. We
No.
just
Yeah, no,
stopping
don't.
point.
No, there was just an end point of, and this conversation has reached its.
Yeah.
It's no, I gotcha. No.
Yeah, no. Usually we wind down unless it's like if we're in the middle of something heavy, it's like there's no way we're gonna be like, and thanks everybody, bye. It's like, no.
Yeah,
No, we
but
don't do
chat, we would talk Guardians too, but Ben and I are going to see it tonight, and maybe we'll record something about that.
Yeah,
Maybe. We always
exactly.
say that, but maybe we'll do it this time.
That will be Monday for me. I'm so excited to see that.
Oh, it looks so good.
I know. It's Marvel though. Like Marvel's. I love Marvel.
You all want to hear something crazy when it comes to Guardians of the Galaxy 2?
You
Go
are
for it.
crazy.
I'm like legitimately going to this movie as if it is a forced obligation. Like, really weird mindset, like, okay,
I'm glad I got your ticket then. Thanks.
We're going to Guardians. But here's the thing. I love Guardians of the Galaxy. This movie's getting great reviews. Everybody I know who saw it loved it. But because for some reason in my mind, I have gotten this, and I have no idea where it came from, this impression that it's not a good movie. It has put me in this weird headspace of it's not good. Even though
I'm in the same
all
boat.
the
I really
evidence
am.
is contrary to that, I'm like, oh, it's going to be bad. Why am I going? Like, I guess I need to see it, but and it's so weird that I'm feeling that way because I have no reason to think that.
Well, we've been burned by things that have just been so good in the past, and then all of a sudden sequel, it's kind of like, okay, it's just more in stuff. Like the first one fit together so well, and it was like it was like magic. I mean, seriously, the you had just enough character development on all the different characters, so you got to know who they were, even though it was like the intro to the whole team and everything like that. They handled it really well. The soundtrack fit perfectly. The story was like epic, but also so much fun at the same time, and it's scary because how can they do that a second time?
Yeah. Yeah, I think that's what's in there. And like, so let me be clear. I'm excited for the movie, and I want it. Like, I want to see it, and I'm anxious to see it, and I do genuinely think I'll like it. But there's like this dread about it that's completely unfounded. That I'm feeling about the movie, but I hope I really like it because I think I'm going to see it twice this weekend, potentially 3 times, because I have many people in my life that want to see it, and none of them want to go on the same day. So
I will say, when the first one came out, we were so used to like a Marvel formula. Like if you look at Iron Man and Thor and all that, I think Guardians was just so different from that typical Marvel universe that we got, that it was that perfect storm of just, it was epic. You had this music and you had this like kind of anti-hero hero, and it was brilliant.
It's like, and this may seem weird, but so Star-Lord's there and he doesn't mind killing people, whatever, it's fine. It's just he's in space, it's what you do. Rocket definitely doesn't care. Groot doesn't care. Like, it's one of those things where it's like they're just they're not exactly heroes. Like you said it perfectly, they're anti-heroes. And it's just the whole concept of this group's together, they're going and doing a mission, this is what's going on, and it's going to be great. And I hope lightning strikes twice.
Oh, for sure. We can keep talking, but everything is good now. My husband made it home, so I don't have to have it. No.
Yay.
No, this was a good episode, and yes, it was short, but it was good. We talked about a wide range of stuff, from our original question of Horde versus Alliance to Bactos. Like,
I'm surprised we went as far as Bactos as we did, but I didn't realize like how much it really bugged me a lot. I'm just like, this is just wrong.
We're post show right now, right?
Yeah.
Okay. When you first
it is going on YouTube, but
it's okay. It's still not. It's not bad. It's not any worse than like any wink. When you said back toe, at first I thought camel toe, but on the back, and I'm like, wait a second, did I miss
just a
something?
wedgie,
Like, well, I thought like up on the back, like not the butt. Like they did some weird. thing. And then it took me a second to be like, oh no, they have that toe on the back. That's what you're talking about. But nope, I first
And
did not
see,
go there.
I first thought that it was a toe in the middle of their back. And I'm like, what did they do? I've never noticed this. And then that really terrified me because it's like, I don't want to be standing behind some troll and then all of a sudden have their like little toe waving at
I
me
would
or something.
hang things on it. I would hang things on it.
It's like a back tusk, but it's a toe instead. You can do stuff.
God.
Wow. Friggin' back toes.
Yeah, seriously, right?
It did go places. I liked the discussion, though. I think it was,
Yeah.
you know, I'm glad
fitting.
that Azeroth Roundtable is not the show to shy away from back toe.
It's important stuff. And colored toes and dagger hands and everything.
Yeah, we will
And we
cover it
talked
all. No,
Harry Potter in there, and
Yeah.
Incredibles, and Magneto. We got
Harry
some.
Potter.
Ah,
I
Don't
did
forget
that.
Jerry the Troll
I
Designer.
did that to a friend the other day. I just, like, as we were driving in the car, I just leaned over and looked at him and just kept... I just wondered how long I could go before he cracked and laughed. And so I just leaned in real close to him and I went, Harry Potter, you're a wizard, Harry. Harry, do some magic spells. And I got kind of hooked on doing it, and I think it was something like a 7-minute car ride, and I think I did it for the entire car ride.
Yeah.
This is
you
why
do that.
people don't want me to drive them places, because I will spend the entire car ride just going, Harry.
Well, last time that we went to BlizzCon, what was it that we were doing?
Do not make a left turn, Harry.
No, that's not what we were doing.
No,
What
we,
was
well, which one? Because there was the time
Last
I made
time
you
there was-
laugh enough to almost crash the car. And that was from Dad, I decorated your car.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, no, that was last time. But there was something else that we kept doing the whole time.
Oh, it was Arnold Schwarzenegger and Patrick, what's his last name?
Yeah, that's right. Oh, crap. I'm looking it up because I don't want to just have this hanging.
Who played the T-1000.
Yeah.
So the idea behind this game, and this was... We should really, like, it's a shame that our trips to California don't get
Robert
streamed.
Patrick.
Robert Patrick, that's what it is.
This year we should just record.
Because, and I feel bad because Sarah did not find it particularly funny until the very, very end. But there was
it's definitely not as funny as us.
There was a huge chunk of time where we played this game, and the idea was that on the set of Terminator 2, Arnold Schwarzenegger became convinced that Robert Patrick was actually a robot, and he had made it his goal to try and prove it to everybody. And so it was just, by the way, I don't do a good Arnold impression. I'm just going to say it up front, but it doesn't matter
that's
when
one of
you're
the things
just
that
in the
made
car
it.
having fun. So it would just be, Robert, come here. Come here. I want to
What is it, Arnold?
I got you a drink. I want you to drink this. It's oil.
No, that would kill me.
No, it won't, because you are a machine. Liquid polyalloy.
I'm not a machine.
Drink it, Robert. Show the people how much you love it.
No, it's gonna kill me.
It won't. You're lying.
Why do you think I'm lying? Look, I'm a person. We've gone over this before.
That's what
Arnold.
a machine would say. So this continued to escalate for an entire car ride. And I think my favorite outcome for this is that at some point in a final effort to prove that he's right and that Robert Patrick is a machine, Arnold would shoot him with a gun. and he would be hospitalized, but he'd survive the gunshot. And then Arnold would go to the hospital and open the door and just see him sitting there, and it would just be, you son of a bitch. I told you. He survived. He's here. There were hours of the car ride dedicated to this stupid game.
Yeah, it was really dumb, but we had way too much fun with it.
Uh-huh.
That's what we do.
It makes the time go by though.
It does. We actually talked the entire car ride.
We do. It's fine. It's fine.
It's fine. We're all fine.
Sarah sleeps.
Oh.
We talk the entire car ride. It's what we do.
Oh, and John, I sent you the picture of the dinosaurs from last weekend, right?
Yeah.
It was open this time.
Oh, did you guys actually go in there?
We went inside. It's a gift shop, and they sell a whole bunch of dinosaur stuff.
Was there a bunch of like a little kid's mementos of his family up inside the Brontosaurus?
Okay, so here's the thing. I went up to where it would be, and there's a whole bunch of stuffed animals there, and then this black curtain hanging down. So I'm like, I wonder what's behind the black curtain. But they were closing, so I couldn't, like, shove all the stuffed animals to the side and look.
Get out of the way. I need to know. This is
Where's the lunchbox?
This is where the wizard put the lunchbox with the photographs.
He made Super Mario Brothers 3,
The Wizard. Everybody should go watch that movie.
It was horribly great. If you want to see an 1.5 hour long commercial for Nintendo, watch The Wizard.
Does contain the King Kong ride, which is no longer at Universal Studios, though.
Yeah.
So it's,
plus, it has the Power Glove. It's so bad.
It's so bad. So bad.
Well, with that, John, we do have a movie to get to. I think that we should probably cut the stream off.
I mean, they say that's unhealthy, but we have perhaps. I mean, yeah. There's no denying that was a pee joke. All right. Thanks, chat room.
No denying.
No denying.
Bye, chat room.
Thanks, everybody, for being here.
Yeah.
For being
stopping by, folks.
And we'll miss you, and have a good night, and we'll be back to talk about Guardians of the Galaxy at some point, probably, maybe.
Woot.
Yeah.
Bye.